We also have the Bahrain Derby, the Bahrain Oaks. So let's get all of the details and say hello for the very first time this afternoon to our commentator, Gareth Topham.
Hello Ali, good afternoon everybody, and once again a very warm welcome along to the Rashid Equestrian and Horse Racing Club ahead of a prestigious and exciting day's racing. We have 7 races getting underway shortly with our opener, which isn't too far away, and as Ali was telling us, the feature race coming up later on in the afternoon, the 2022 renewal of the Crown Prince's Cup. Let's have a little look ahead to the 7 race card ongoing, officially described as good to firm. They'll be racing on the turf track, the outer turf track, throughout the course of the day, and as I say, we'll be getting underway shortly with our opening contest due off at 1:50 p.m. local time. His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa Cup to be run over a distance of 1,400 metres. Race 2 is the High Committee Cup, a race for Bahraini apprentices only. That will be on the straight track. It's our shortest race here today, 1,200 metres, the journey ahead of a competitive looking field for that one. Race 3 is the Bahrain Oaks Cup, which has been sponsored by the Al Muzdaha stud. 1,800 metres will be the journey ahead of the field in race 3. The Bahraini Derby Cup, that comes up over 2,000 metres as our 4th race on the card. Then we move on to the feature of the day, His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa Cup, which for the very first time has been sponsored by HAMAD, and our sincere thanks going to them. The distance for our feature race today, over 2,000 metres. The Crown Prince's Cup, of course, as it's better known, and of course it's recently been upgraded to listed status and is one of the 3 principal races in the Bahrain racing calendar, along with the Bahrain International Trophy in November and the King's Cup in March. And this year's renewal is set to be very competitive once again. It's made up of both locally and internationally trained horses. Really looking forward to that one. Race 6, His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa Cup to be run over a distance of 2,000 metres also. And today's close-up, Race 7, is the Stewards Cup to be run over 1,600 metres. Let's now take a check on the non-runners here today. We'll start with our absentee in race 1, take out horse number 4, KHALIFA AFAS 1675. That one will not be running. In race 2, number 4, Sunsprite is a non-runner. In race 5, take out number 9, Port Lions. Port Lions is the absentee in our feature race of the day. In race 6, number 1, Al Tariq is out, and we've got 2 non-runners in our 7th and concluding contest here today. Numbers 1, Akula Forest, and 5, Nay Slayer are absentees in our 7th and final race. And as you'll be able to see by the flag there in the background, there is quite a wind here today. It's quite a blustery day, the wind blowing in the direction from behind the stand, so across the course from left to right once they'll be in the home straight. So we'll keep an eye on how these races unfold. Let's now move on to the details for our first race of the day, due off at 1:50 local time. It is the His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa Cup. Number 1 is KHALIFA AFAS 1695 to be ridden by Marvin Grandin. Number 2 is Al Jalabi, the mount of Ibrahim Nader. Number 3 is Al Saklawi. Abdullah Faisal will be taking the ride. A scratch at number 4. Number 4 is a non-runner. Number 5 is KHALIFA AFAS 1708 to be ridden by Anas Al Siabi. Horse number 6 is KHALIFA Zarea to be partnered by Hussein Maki, and number 7 is Obeyan, ridden by Rosie Jessup. Those are the details for our first race of the day. Once again, a reminder that number 4 is a non-runner, leaving us with a field of 6 to contest the His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa Cup, the first of our 7 races here today, and runners are now making their way into the paddock.
So let's have a look at the horses then in the parade ring for this prestigious Arab race. It is the Crown Prince's Cup for those Arabians, and we've got the 6 runners, 1 non-runner. This in your picture then, horse number 1, Grey, 8-year-old, a 10-time winner in his career, narrowly beaten though the last twice and beaten by 2 runners in this field, beat by Obeyan and Al Salakwi. So got to improve on that one, but horse number 1 going to be ridden by Marvin Grandin. That's horse 1, KHALIFA AFAS 1695.
Horse number 2, also a grey, this is Al Jalabi, who's going to be partnered by Ibrahim Nader. This horse has also been in decent form of late, winning 2 of his last 3 outings. He was not beaten too far when second behind KHALIFA Zarea, who he takes on once again here this afternoon. That's horse number 2, Al Jalabi.
Horse number 3, Al Sakloui, 1772, has won all 4 races this season, so got a really good chance in this race, and comes in then off the back of a great victory just 35 days ago, so back on Christmas Eve, had a nice break and comes here in good form. At number 3, Al Sakloui. Non-runner.
This is horse number 5, KHALIFA AFAS 1708, who's going to be partnered by Anas Al-Siabi. This horse has got a whole run of places next to his name. He'll be looking to improve on that and go either 1 or 2 places better here this afternoon. Horse number 5, KHALIFA AFAS 1708.
Horse number 6 is one of 3 horses in the race who have been unbeaten this season. KHALIFA Zarea has been unbeaten in 3 starts, stepping up in trip though today. Going to be ridden by leading jockey Hussein Maki, trained by Hisham Al Haddad, champion trainer. So horse number 6, KHALIFA Zarea.
And Hisham Al Haddad also responsible for horse number 7, Obayan, who'll be carrying a very similar set of colours to the 6 horse. Obayan also unbeaten this term with 3 wins of late next to his name. And I wonder if he can go in again here. Obayan, who'll be partnered by Rosie Jensen.
يحبها ترى البوش، يعني يحب البوش، يحب يعني الويب مو بيمشي. ممكن تسوي له بس البوش ازير فهو يجي الحصان، يعني واحد شباب تعرف معنا يعني يدفع يدش عليهم بس انا شوف
Well, 2 horses in the KHK colours racing in this, and delighted to have a quick word with jockey Rosie Jessup. Rosie, you've got a Bayan in this race, your horse that you're very familiar with. You've ridden for most of his victories, all of his victories, and a horse that has been in fine form. You've got to be confident today?
Yeah, he has. He's been very consistent this season. You know, he's 4 from 4 up against very good. You know, the best horses around today, so we'll see what he can do.
Who do you fear the most in the race?
Probably our other horse.
It could be a good day for KHK Racing. Thank you very much, Rosie. You better get on a Bayern. But yeah, really the best Arabs in the kingdom then here for this Crown Prince Cup race. 3 horses who've got their unbeaten status on the line, because Abayan, Kalayan, Umzuraya and our top horse, Kalayan, all unbeaten this season. So a fantastic race in prospect.
And runners and riders are now about to exit the paddock and make their way on down to post for the first of our 7 races here this afternoon. This is the His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa Cup, to be run over a distance of 1,400 metres. The starting point is across from us here in the stands over on the far side of the racetrack. Horse number 7 in shot there is Abayan. We're just hearing Rosie Jessup, his partner, talk about. Black and yellow stripes, yellow sleeves and a striped cap for number 7. Abayan, stable companion number 6, Kuhailan Umzuraya, 1797, heading on down with that one. Hussein Maki on board again in black and yellow stripes, halved sleeves and a black cap. A couple of greys in the race, number 2, Al Jalabi being one of those. Ibrahim Nader on board in the grey with the white sleeves and a white cap for horse number 2, Al Jalabi. There's number 5, Kuhailan AFAS 1708, and Asal Siabi on board in the red with the red and white stripes on both sleeves and cap. Horse number 3 is Al Saklawi. Abdullah Faisal on board in the grey with the white sleeves and the grey cap. And the horse directly behind that one is horse number 1, Kuhailan AFAS 1695. Marvin Grandin on board wearing blue with white sleeves and a blue cap. So those are the runners heading on down to the 1,400 metre starting point for this, the first of our 7 races here today. This is the His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa Cup. Post time 1:50 p.m. at local time, which is around about 4.5 minutes away. Wishing you an enjoyable and successful day's racing with us here. We'll be underway shortly for race 1. Runners are now at the post. They're at the post. Around about 3 minutes to the scheduled off time. Incidentally, horse number 5, Kuhailan AFAS 1708, Hassan Al Safa now taking the ride. That's a late jockey alteration. These purebred Arabians down at the 1400 metre starting point. And the loading up process will be getting underway very shortly. So runners will be going behind shortly, as you can see here at the Rashid Equestrian and Horse Racing Club. Pretty blustery conditions, similar to last week.
So we've got 6 runners in this opening race for the Arabians. It is the Crown Prince's Cup for those best Arab horses. And number 1, KHALIFA, AFAS, 16.95, narrowly beaten last time, but a 10-time winner in his career. Al Jalabi in the grey colours, beaten on his seasonal debut, up in trip today, and finished a length and a quarter behind KHALIFA Zoreya, who also runs in this race when they last met just 7 days ago. They are loading. Horse number 3 is Al Sakwali, won all 4 races this season, one of 3 horses who is unbeaten. The other ones being KHALIFA Zoreya and BAHRAIN, who are all going into the stalls now. So over to you, Gareth.
Just about ready then for the first of our 7 races here today, and they're off and running. For this, His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa Cup, 1400 metres ahead of the field. And the first one to show to an advantage is KHALIFA AFAS at 16.95. Leads up by a length or so at what looks to be a pretty steady early gallop. And towards the outside of BAHRAIN, in the hands of Rosie Jessup, she didn't seem to be overly content with the pace being set. And now she's allowed her mount to move on and just perhaps increase a little bit of tempo to the race. KHALIFA AFAS 17.08, the red colours, is in third. And then a little wider out in fourth, the second of the greys, Al Jalabi. Al Saklawi in second last, and the back marker is KHALIFA Zoreya. Swinging right-handed over at the far end of the track, galloping back towards the home straight, and from here they have 700 metres left to stride. And out in front it is BAHRAIN, who made that early move under Rosie Jessup, and will bring them in line for the judge, showing by a length and a half. Swinging into the home straight, BAHRAIN out in the lead, but now ridden along to remain there. Also pushed is KHALIFA AFAS 16.95. Then away to the right is KHALIFA AFAS 17.08 in the red jacket, trying hard to land a blow as they head inside their final 400 metres. The others with a bit of work to do, although down the far outside KHALIFA Zoreya is picking up in eye-catching fashion, making the journey on towards the final 200 metres of the journey. And up front, BAHRAIN is now strongly challenged by stable companion KHALIFA Zoreya. KHALIFA Zoreya towards the near side takes over now, going deep inside the final stages of the race, and it is KHALIFA Zoreya in the hands of Hussein Maki, pushed out here by a couple of lengths, and is going on to win well. BAHRAIN is in second, tight in the end for third, KHALIFA AFAS 17.08, down the outside of KHALIFA AFAS 16.95. So it's a 1-2 in our first race of the day for trainer Hisham Al-Haddad, with KHALIFA Zoreya packing a late punch there down the outside in the hands of champion Hussein Maki. And this horse remaining unbeaten for the season. It's angled wide inside the final 400 metres to come with his effort, as we'll see here. And he's picked up really quite well. Obeyan, who of course controlled the tempo, set the fractions in the hands of Rosie Jessup. We heard her talking beforehand, and the winner was the one that she said that she feared most, and she's been proved correct here. As we see them racing into the closing stages, KHALIFA coming away, going away by a couple of lengths or so in the end. We await the provisional result, but KHALIFA first past the post in our first race of the day, as we now see the head-on view. And the provisional placings now on screen. So the provisional order in for our first race of the day: 6, 7, 5, 1. The winner in shot here, horse number 6, KHALIFA, who was given a fine ride by Hussein Maki, making that late charge down the wide outside to get up in the closing stages and win going away. Ladies and gentlemen, trackside, please put your hands together for our first race winner on this prestigious day's racing. It's KHALIFA. Weighed in for our first race of the day, His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa Cup. The official result is now through. First at number 6, KHALIFA Zareya, ridden by Hussein Maki. Second at number 7, Obayan, partnered by Rosie Jessup. And third was number 5, KHALIFA AFAS 1708, who was ridden by Hassan Al Safa. The non-runner was number 4 and 6 ran. That's the official result of our first race of the day.
So we come to the trophy presentation for our opening race, His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa Cup, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister's Cup. Today presented by His Highness Sheikh Isa bin Salman Al Khalifa, Chairman of the Rashid Equestrian and Horse Racing Club. Delighted to have him presenting the trophy to winning connections of KHALIFA Zareya, unbeaten now in 4 starts, this Arab, ridden today by Hussein Maki, leading jockey, trained by champion trainer Hesham Al Haddad, and collecting the trophy there, Hesham and Fawzi Nasser's son Abdullah Nas. So well done to connections of KHALIFA Zareya winning our opening race here this afternoon. So as we continue our build up to the 5th race, which is the Crown Prince's Cup for the imported horses, we've got for the first time here 3 horses trained from Great Britain, trained, come over here to race in this race. That is some history here this afternoon. One of them is Ace Rothstein, who's already been a winner here at the Rashid Equestrian and Horse Racing Club. Won a race just a few weeks ago, a local race. But can he take one of the big prizes from the local trainers? We sent our cameras to meet Ace Rothstein's trainer, Michael Bell, and his son, Nick.
Ace Rothstein, yeah, well, it was my son Nick's idea to bring him out here, really. He won a couple of races back in England, having had a delayed start to his 3-year-old career, but could well have stood him in good stead because now he's sort of fresh for this series. He came out here just before Christmas and was a bit unlucky in one of those turf series races. He got a bit squeezed on the rail, and then obviously he won that nice trial race 10 days ago or so.
At the finish, it's Ace Rothstein, a double for Charlie Bishop. It's 1 for the Raiders, 1 for Michael Bell.
There was only 2 opposition, but you know, any win anywhere is great, and it just was it was extra special considering it was our first victory in Bahrain at the Sakhir racecourse.
He was getting, I think, £6.5 from Medal Winner, who's one of the best local horses over here, but he beat him pretty emphatically. It was over a trip short of our best. It was over 9 furlongs. We're stepping at another furlong to 10, which will suit our horse more. So even though we're worse off at the weights, the extra furlong should stand him in good stead.
I think Tararek, he was very impressive in the series race. He's unexposed. Mars Landings, obviously, been very successful out here this winter, and again, Medal Winner and Cloudrift, they're probably the ones that you can guarantee they'll run to their mark, and you know, it's going to be a very, very competitive race. We haven't got a fantastic draw in 12, but hopefully Ryan will be able to negate that.
I've managed to sort of pull a few strings with Ryan, or not pull a few strings. He's a good mate and we go back a long way, and I asked him to come over when Nick said we were struggling because all the local jockeys here had got rides, so Ryan was very happy to come. I think he's in Saudi Arabia the day before, and it's a hop, skip and a jump over, and he'll be here, which is great news for the race as much as anything else, as well as us. The horse is definitely training well over here. He's sharpened up. I've only really just flown in, but Nick is very happy with the horse, and he does look great and he's eating well. So with taking on the locals, it's always the same when you go overseas. Whether you go to Ireland, you take on 10 of Aidan O'Brien's. Whether you come here, you take on, you know, Sheikh Issa and Fawzi. So we'll have to get on with it. I'm very, very impressed with the turf track. It's, you know, for me, it's the best of the turf tracks in this part of the world by a country mile. It's whatever they've done, it's working, and I'm very impressed with it.
Thoughts there from Michael Bell. Let's now move on to our second race of the day. This is the High Committee Cup, a race for Bahraini apprentices only, and we have a field of 8. At number 1, Powertrain will be ridden by Ibrahim Nader. Number 2, Mobadel, Ahmed Maki on board. Number 3 is Ocean Star, ridden by Maitham Ahmed. Number 4, Sun Sprite, is a non-runner. number 5, Wanda Elzam, to be ridden by Hassan Ashgar. Number 6 is Consequences. Number 7, Fairs Kodiak, Ali Samir on board. 8, Hamish Macbeth, Abdullah Al-Hawaj will be taking the ride. Horse number 9, Jamais Assez, the mount of Hassan Ali. This race to be run over a distance of 1,200 metres will be on the straight track for race 2. The High Committee Cup runners are in the paddock.
So the horses in the parade ring for this High Committee Cup. Let's have a look at horse number 1, the chestnut there, Powertrain, ridden by Ibrahim Nadir this afternoon for Alan Smith. A horse that won in November over 1,000 metres, since finished 5th to first edition back in mid-December, but stepping up in trip today. A horse formerly trained by Hugo Palmer, now with Alan Smith. So horse number 1, Powertrain.
Horse number 2 here, Mobadel. He's going to be partnered by Ahmed Maki. Mobadel was in good form back in early December, but hasn't been quite so good at the last twice. We're looking to shape a little bit better here. Horse number 2, Mobadel, the red and white silks.
Horse number 3, Ocean Star, the only filly in the field. A horse that's a 4-time winner in Bahrain, previously trained in the UK by Archie Watson. But well beaten the last twice running in the Bahrain Turf Series race. Before that finished 2nd again to first edition, but beat a couple of these horses at home that day. So not without a chance. Horse number 3, Ocean Star.
Horse number 5 is Wanda Elzam. This is the British challenger here, trained by Stan Moore. Hassan Ashgar will be taking the ride on Wanda Elzam. He's actually withdrawn from his latest engagement here, but Wanda Elzam in the paddock looking well. It looks to be another with a chance here. Horse number 5, Wanda Elzam.
Horse 7, Fairs Kodiak, improved certainly on his last run to win that one, beating another horse in this race, Hamish Macbeth, ridden by Ali Samir. A horse looking for back-to-back wins today then. Horse number 7, Fairs Kodiak.
This is horse number 9, Jamais Assez, as we now just switch across, in fact, to horse number 8, Hamish Macbeth, who looks to be making his way down to post a little early, the mount of Abdullah Al-Hawaj. So there is Hamish Macbeth on the way down, again looking to bounce back to form, having been a little way down the field in each of his last 2 races. It's number 8, Hamish Macbeth, heading on down early.
And finally, horse number 9, Jamais Assez, a horse who's been running over 1,400 and 1,600 metres, so stepping down in trip today. Last seen finishing a good 2nd to Ecosystem just 7 days ago. So horse number 9, Jamais Assez.
So the runners stepping out onto the track for our second race of the day. We've seen Hamish Macbeth head on down a few moments ago. Number 3, Ocean Star, about to head on down. The mount of Nathan Ahmed, who's in the red with a black chevron, black sleeves and a red cap. The next couple to head up, numbers 2, Mobadel in the red and white there, the far side under Ahmed Maki. And also heading on down is number 7, Fairs Kodiak. Ali Samir on board in the red with the blue chevrons, red sleeves and cap. The next 2 that we see, numbers 9, Jamais Assez, Hassan Ali in the black with the black and white hoop sleeves and a black cap. And also number 6, Consequences, the mount of Hassan Asghar, who's in white with red epaulets, red armlets and a quartered cap. Number 5 just leaving the paddock is Wanda Elzar. Hussein Asghar on board in the dark blue with the yellow epaulets, white sleeves and a red cap. This is the challenger from overseas. Stanmore trains at number 5, Wanda Elzar. Heading on down with that one is horse number 1, Power Train, with Ibrahim Nader on board in the dark blue with the white epaulets and dark blue cap.
One international runner in this race in the form of Wanda Elzar, number 5, trained by Stanmore in the UK. Also has come over, run twice in the Bahrain Turf Series. And how is he today?
The horse, he seems in great form. He's training very well. His run in the international the last time was a very good run. He just got run out of second, hung across the track a little bit. I think that gives him every chance in this race. Unfortunately for me, I don't really know loads about the local horses form of the racing here, but as I've always said, it's no easy pickings. He'll have to be on top form to win.
You've been out here regular throughout the season. You've got a couple of horses running in the Bahrain Turf Series, but yourself, you seem to enjoy your time here.
No, it's a fantastic place. Everybody's been so welcoming. The racing's of a good, very high standard, and you know, it's a place that's going forward very quickly.
Has it surprised you how difficult it's been for the international horses to beat the local trainers?
Well, we haven't beat them yet, so well, I think no one ever thought it was ever going to be easy. If you go to a different country, it's never easy. But the international races would be able to be in any country in the world that would stand their own ground anywhere, and they're very tough, very competitive. The Crown Prince Cup today is going to be exactly the same. Like, it's a fantastic race.
It certainly is, and listed for the very first time. Stan, thank you very much. Enjoy your afternoon here. Good luck in this race and enjoy the rest of the season, because I know you've got plenty of runners for the remaining Turf Series races.
Yes, thank you. Hopefully a bit of luck. We might beat them one time. Hopefully in about 2 minutes.
Good luck.
Thank you.
This race, then, the High Committee Cup, is purely for apprentice jockeys out here, and I'm delighted to be joined by Owen Walsh, Irish jockey, who's based out here riding. But Owen, you've got an integral role and helped set up, and you're also running the jockey school out here. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I was approached last October by the Racing Academy in Ireland, and they asked me would I be interested in taking part and helping in the racing school up here with Paddy Flood. So I came out here at the end of October, and I did a 6-week program with the apprentice jockeys here, and I fell in love with the place. I ended up staying for a bit longer.
As I said, this race is for apprentice jockeys. I mean, how good is the standard of jockeys, and how good is the flow through of young riders coming into the sport and hopefully going to be producing top jockeys?
Yeah, it's amazing in the 6 weeks we spent with them how much they came on, and it's a case of they just need a bit of help each week with their riding, and especially after a race meeting of what they did wrong and what they can work on. And as I said, in the 6 weeks we spent with them, the improvement was massive, and they're all so eager and they're so willing to learn. It's great. And you're enjoying your time out here? Yeah, I love it. The weather's a bit English today, but other than that, I'm having a great time. Look, good luck, and I know you've got some rides in the big races later, so good luck today. Thank you very much. Thank you. Cheers.
Runners are now at the post for race 2. They are at the start. We are 3 minutes away from the scheduled off time. There's horse number 2, Mobadel, in shot. Ahmed Maki taking the ride. As we look down the track from the naked eye, the runners are barely in sight from the stands, given the dust that's kicking up a little bit, given these blustery conditions today. You can see them nice and clearly here. There's number 8, Hamish Macbeth. And we're now under 2 minutes away. Runners now going behind. Hamish Macbeth heading in with the aid of the blindfold. Ocean Star heading in as well. Power Train and Mobadel will be the next 2. Mobadel has got the blindfold on. Consequences about to slot in also. Power Train just giving the stalls handlers a little bit to think about at the moment. The horse has got a bit warm on the way down to post. Not proving overly cooperative at the moment. The 1-horse Power Train. He too now blindfolded for stalls entry. Goes in now. Set. And out they come, off and racing. And away well, Jamais Assez for this, the High Committee Cup. With also racing prominent Wanda El Zam, Yellow Epaulette's red cap, and more towards the near side. Consequences got a good start as well. Hamish Macbeth not too far away and has now overtaken Jamais Assez. Away to the very far left is Power Train, well back in the field Mobadel in company with Fairs Kodiak and the back marker Ocean Star, although they're pretty tightly grouped in all truth as they make the journey on towards halfway. Racing down the centre of the track, Mobadel has now picked up the running in the hands of Ahmed Maki and goes on by half a length. Ridden along now is Hamish Macbeth in second. They're chased through by Consequences, and in behind that one, Wanda El Zam. Over towards the far side, Jamais Assez. Power Train is on the very far left but has work to do. On the extreme right, Ocean Star is trying to stay on from a long way back, but making the journey on towards the final 200 metres, and Mobadel has made a break for it here. Mobadel shows in front by a good 3 lengths or so over Wanda El Zam. The staying on Ocean Star. Jamais Assez is over to the far side, but with 100 metres left to go, it is Mobadel and Ahmed Maki, and they're not going to be for catching here. Mobadel coming home comfortably ahead. Just hanging on for second place, Wonder Elzon. From in third, Ocean Star. Further back to Jamais Assez in fourth. Nice performance that from Mobadel in the hands of Ahmed Maki, who's given that one a very enterprising ride. Just managed to steal a march on the other runners about halfway. And wasn't for catching thereafter. Mobadel, this 4-year-old gelding, son of Speightstown. As you can see here, just got away from the field with about 400 metres to go. Wonder Elzon, the British challenger. Trainer Stan Moore has run a good race, filling out a place together with Ocean Star, who stayed on from a fair way back. Mobadel nicely on top at the line and got a very well-deserved pat down the neck from his rider. Just after they pass the post, here's the head-on view. We're just awaiting the provisional order of finish. 2-5-3 the provisional placings on our second race, the High Committee Cup. The winner, horse number 2, Mobadel.
Well, Mobadel in the colours of Al Mohammadiyya Racing, and of course His Highness Sheikh Sultan's colours. Delighted, I'm sure, winning owner there, Sheikh Sultan. Were you expecting that? Because the horse that perhaps has been running in some good races, but it was a good winner 3 starts ago. But what were your hopes for today with this one?
Yeah, we're really happy for Al Mohammadiyya team, and we thank Hisham Al-Haddad, the trainer, and we thought that he's a good horse in the beginning, and then when he first won the maiden, and after that I thought, oh, he won easily. We thought we'll keep him for the apprentice races because he don't need a hand and heel race, so we did it this time.
You certainly did do it, and a great ride by Ahmed Maki.
Yes, first time he had a win for me, he won for me, so we're really happy for him and for all Mohammadiyya team.
But of course you want to win the big one this afternoon, and you've got plenty of runners in that, including Mars Landing and medal winner. So how much would it mean to be lifting the prestigious Crown Prince's Cup today?
Well, we will try our best, hopefully.
Well, good luck. Thank you very much, and well done to His Highness Sheikh Sultan and the team at Al Mohammadiyya Racing.
And those of you around the paddock, let's have a big hand please for the winner of the High Committee Cup. It's Mobadel and Ahmed Maki.
لازم لما نخلص تصور الشخص بتشوف لأن الإصلاح يرتب على الشخص الثاني مش أي فلوس بيتعب هل صار كيف عليه هذا مدخل إن شاء الله صوت صادق
And the official result for our second race of the day, the High Committee Cup for apprentice riders. First at number 2, Mobardel, ridden by Ahmed Maki. Second at number 5, Wanda El Zam, partnered by Hassan Asghar. And third was at number 3, Ocean Star, the mount of Nathan Ahmed. The official distance is given 3.5 lengths and a neck, 3.5 lengths and a neck at non-runner number 4 and 8 round.
We come to the trophy presentation for the High Committee Cup, and presenting the trophy is Sheikh Salman bin Rashid Al Khalifa, the Executive Director of the Rashid Equestrian and Horse Racing Club, and he is presenting the trophy to His Highness Sheikh Sultan bin Mohammed Al Khalifa, winning owner of Mobardel. Ahmed Maki, the apprentice jockey, also receiving a trophy, and Hesham Al-Haddad, champion trainer, yet again winning another race. But well done to His Highness Sheikh Sultan as he lifts the High Committee Cup. Victory went to Mobardel in the second race this afternoon. Well, trainer Hesham Al Haddad takes the second race on the card. That is 2 out of 2 so far. And as we continue our build-up to the big race this afternoon, the Crown Princess Cup, which is due off at 3:35, Hesham Al Haddad is mob-handed in that race. He's got the 5 runners, and we sent our cameras to his stables earlier this week to find out the chances of those in this Crown Princess Cup.
Crown Prince Cup is considered the second most important cup in Bahrain after the His Majesty the King's Cup. Now, given it's had a status of a listed race, it became even more important. For us here in Bahrain, most of the planning is done to purchase horses to perform on these 2 days, where it's the Crown Prince and His Majesty the King. So it's considered for us the second biggest trophy on the island. Ahdab, he's a very good horse. He's a nice horse in training. He's been doing well. We're looking forward for him to see how he competes with this level of horses. He's had a couple of runs here. He won his run that he had here, so now we're waiting to see how he will perform with a bit higher level.
Do you think it would need a career best performance to be involved here?
Yes, of course. In this type of race, we're very happy that it became to a listed status, so any winner will have to do his best career performance on this day. Arctic Vega has shown us good performance here. He won the 2800 and he won 2000 as well. So I think he will not be a stranger to the winning circle here. It was a bit disappointing, his last performance, but we've left that behind our backs and we're looking forward to see how he will perform tomorrow.
And what about your old favourite, Macaque?
Macaque, everyone knows he's the pacemaker of the race. Fingers crossed, if no one bothers him and he's in the front, he might do it on that day. He's the type of horse, Macaque, if he keeps on going and no one bothers him in the front, yes, I think he will be very dangerous to the race. But the competition is very strong there on that field, so fingers crossed.
And what about Mars Landing? He's been the star of the Bahrain Turf Series, but beaten last time.
Yes, Mars Landing has been the star of the Turf Series. He lost, but he was in 4th place, so we're not very worried about him. He was carrying the top weight back then. Today, I think it's more of a fair field because they're all carrying across the same weights. I think he's going to be one of the horses to beat.
He's improved throughout the season. Do you think he's reached his level now?
It's very difficult to say with Mars Landing because he only does enough. So I think he's got something more.
Tawarek is out in front here, and Tawarek is going to run out a pretty convincing winner.
Tawarek, he's a very good horse. He's got 2 runs here, finished second once, and on his last run he won the Turf Series. So he's going to be a big contender. We've got big hopes for him. David is very happy with him and the way he works.
And what about the fact, obviously in the Turf Series he was carrying a fair bit less weight than the likes of Mars Landing, but this time he's going to be racing off the same kind of weight as them. How do you see him getting on?
Yeah, I think he will be okay because it's a fair race. They're all carrying the same weight, but I think he's got an advantage of half a kilo there. So let's hope it goes to his way.
Of your contenders, who would be the number one?
I would say it's between Tawarek and Mars Landing.
And you've been used to competing against some European horses in the Turf Series races and the International Trophy. For the first time you've got European raiders in the Crown Prince Cup. How do you see them getting on?
I think that by now they've acclimatized, they've got on well, so there will be a very strong competition. It's an honor for us to be able to participate in such a race with international runners, and hopefully we can win it.
And on to the details now for our 3rd race of the day, the Bahrain Oaks Cup. Very kindly sponsored by the Al Mazdaha Stud. At number 1 is Asalar, ridden by David Egan. At number 2, Arada, George Wood on board. At number 3 is Khalida, who's partnered by Hussein Maki. Number 4, Manama Girl, Martin Sadel on board. And at number 5, Nisa Sophia Jasmine, Marvin Grandin on board. Full field of 5 to contest our 3rd race of the day, the Bahrain Oaks Cup of 2022.
So let's have a look at the runners then for this Bahrain Oaks. It is for the 4-year-old fillies, and the only horse in the parade ring, the others have gone down to the start, is horse number 5, Nissa Sophia Jasmine, in the red colours. Marvin Grandin takes the ride on this one. He's been well beaten by Manama Girl in her last start, so needs to improve on that. That's horse number 5, Nissa Sophia Jasmine.
صورت يا احمد يا احمد وش احمد وين
Horse number 3 heading on down there, KHALIFA, partnered by Hussein Maki, last time out winner KHALIFA, and of course trainer Hesham Al-Haddad has already won the first 2 races on today's card, so can Hesham Al-Haddad go 3 from 3?
Gareth.
KHALIFA his runner here. 1 of 2 in the race. Now we have a loose horse, number 2 Arada.
Can you put my mic?
There's unshipped George Wood. The others making their way on down to post, but horse number 2 Arada currently loose.
Horse number 4, Manama Girl, a horse to beat in this race, looking for her 3rd win on the trot this season. Yaba Ramadahan trains this one. Martin Seidel takes the ride. He's been riding this horse the last couple of times. This filly really in fine form, winning by 2.5 lengths when we last saw her 21 days ago. But as I said, looking for her 3rd win on the trot, Manama Girl, horse number 4.
There is number 3, KHALIFA, arriving safely down at the start. KHALIFA a winner last time out. Was a good second at the time before, and that day was under this rider as well. There is KHALIFA. 1 of 2 runners in the race for Hesham Al-Haddad, who's already won the first 2 races on the card, as we said. Horse number 2, Arada, has been caught. Jockey George Wood seems none the worse as well. All of the others are down at the post, but Arada, who did get loose on the way down, has now been caught and is heading in the right direction. So we'll bring you further updates on Arada. All of the other 4 runners waiting patiently and well down at the 1800-metre start. Horse number 2, Arada, has been withdrawn on veterinary advice. That's a withdrawn horse in our third race. Number 2, Arada, has been withdrawn. Less than 2 minutes to post time. So with Arada now safely off the course, 4 runners to the left are now heading forward. Sala has gone in. Arada and George Wood none the worse, thankfully, for that mishap on the way down, and there'll be another day for Arada. They're now just assisting KHALIFA forward, without jockey Hussein Maki. In she goes. So Asala and KHALIFA are both in, Manama Girl joining them. Into stall 5 and Nisa Sophia Jasmine about to go into 3. 4 runners. Set and away. They're off and racing in the 2022 Bahrain Oaks Cup. And through the first 100 metres, Nisa Sophia Jasmine in the red and white colours bowls along in front. Second place on the outside and going a little bit keenly is KHALIFA, and then Asala to the rails, and out a bit wider in the yellow jacket is Manama Girl. So they settle themselves down, having made their first right-handed turn and on towards the final 1400 metres. Up ahead, Nisa Sophia Jasmine, Marvin Grandin, with up towards the outside, KHALIFA now pushing forward under double seeking Hussein Maki. And now just moving on into the lead is KHALIFA, with Manama Girl and Martin Seidel following them in third. And the back marker now Asala under David Egan. Continuing their journey over in the back straight, shortly a right-handed turn, a turn which will bring them all the way back towards the home run, will be upon them. KHALIFA leading the Oaks field, has moved away a length clear now to in second position Nisa Sophia Jasmine, with up towards her outside Manama Girl taking closer order, and the back marker but about to move into third place perhaps Asala around the outside. Straightening up for home, they have 600 metres left to go in the Bahrain Oaks Cup of 2022. Pushed along to the inside now KHALIFA. Manama Girl in the yellow colours has come there very strongly. The danger could well be Asala down the outside, who now goes into second, and Nisa Sophia Jasmine drops to last. 300 metres left to go. Manama Girl in front by a length and 3/4 to in second position Asala. Asala doing her level best to get on terms, but Manama Girl is getting away and racing inside the final 200 metres. It is Manama Girl who shows in front, just wandering around a little bit under pressure, but is keeping up the pace, and the Oaks is going to go comfortably to Manama Girl in the hands of Martin Seidel, in the end eased down to win. Beating into second position Asala, they in turn were well clear of Nisa Sophia Jasmine, who got back through into third, and KHALIFA weakened to be the back marker of the four. The 2022 Bahrain Oaks Cup has gone emphatically in the end to Manama Girl. Manama Girl, who kicked on, turning in, and certainly hasn't looked back in the hands of Martin Seidel. Martin, who gets on so well with this filly. And she just wandered a little bit in the closing stages, maybe something ever so slightly put her off with about 150 metres to go, but she was so comfortably on top at the time it didn't really matter. Martin's been able to keep the filly going all the way to the line, and going strongly as well, with Asala in at second place, very briefly threatening, but no more than that. And the other two in the end, Nisa Sophia Jasmine and KHALIFA, who both had a part to play, they were quite some way behind in at third and fourth. The provisional placings for the Bahrain Oaks Cup: first at number 4 Manama Girl, second at number 1 Asala, third number 5 Nisa Sophia Jasmine, fourth at number 3 KHALIFA. 4-1-5 the provisional result for our third race of the day.
Let's have a word with our winning jockey, Martin Seidel. Martin, you've been on this horse for all three, or now three, of her victories this season. She has been a superstar for you.
Yes, she is, you know. She's local bred. She won the Oaks, so she's a star now.
Were you surprised how easily she did it today?
No. We went in the race with a lot of confidence, and I rode her like this, and she was still a bit green, you saw, when I hit the front. She was watching at everything. Yeah, but she's good.
And how much of a thrill does she give you, winning big races like this?
Yeah, of course, it's very nice to win races like this, you know. And for the filly, better for the filly than me, because she's unbeaten.
She is a superstar. Well done to Martin Seidel, but also a huge well done to Manama Girl, who's having a hat put on, but she's going to be heading back into the parade ring. Well done then. 2 connections of Manama Girl, unbeaten this season.
And those of you around the paddock, please welcome back into the winner's circle horse at number 4, Manama Girl, in the hands of Martin Seidel. Pajama Ramadan in the colours of the Ramadan stable, who's taken out the Bahrain Oaks Cup of 2022. A fine performance prevailing by 6.5 lengths. Let's have a big hand, please, for Manama Girl. And a check on the official result of our third race of the day, the Bahrain Oaks Cup. Very kindly sponsored by the Al Muzdaha stud. First was number 4, Manama Girl, ridden by Martin Seidel. Second, number 1, Asala, ridden by David Egan. Third was number 5, Nisa Sophia Jasmine, ridden by Marvin Grandin. And the fourth placed horse was number 3, Khalida, ridden by Hussein Maki. The distance between the first and second, 6.5 lengths. The winner, number 4, Manama Girl.
So we come now to the trophy presentation for the Bahrain Oaks, and delighted to welcome onto the stage His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Isa Al Khalifa, presenting the trophy on behalf of the sponsors, Al Muzdaha Stud. The 2022 winner of the Bahrain Oaks was Manama Girl, trained by Jabba Ramadan, ridden by Martin Seidel and owned by Jalal Ramadan. Delighted to welcome Jalal onto the stage to receive the trophy. Also there, Martin Seidel, jockey, and Ali Majid, assistant trainer to Jabba Ramadan. So well done, two connections of the 2022 Bahrain Oaks winner, Manama Girl.
Fahid, all right. Why not tell us to come give me a lot? We'll see you tonight.
Runners and riders for our fourth race of the day, the 2022 Bahrain Derby Cup. At number 1, Al Afour, partnered by Hassan Al Zafar. Number 2, Epic, David Egan takes the ride. Number 3 is Immortal, ridden by George Wood. Number 4 is Mugaya, ridden by Owen Walsh. Number 5 is Musique de la Nuit, Edinson Rodriguez taking the ride. Number 6 is Taris, Hussein Maki takes the ride, and at number 7, Taufan, with Abdullah Faisal in the saddle. A full field of 7 to contest our fourth race of the day, the Bahrain Derby Cup.
So the very best 4-year-olds in the kingdom line up for this Bahrain Derby Cup. And in your picture then, horse number 1, Al Afour. First win came in October over the 1600 metres, so stepping up in trip to 2000 today. Last finished behind Aslan 14 days ago, and is a horse that's been well beaten by Epic, who is the horse to beat in this race. But horse number 1 then, Al Afour.
Horse number 2 is the aforementioned Epic. David Egan will be taking the ride for trainer Hesham Al-Haddad. Already, of course, having a great day. This 4-year-old colt, as well as being in really good form, winning a couple of times in December and looking to keep that run going.
Horse number 3, Immortal, in the MKR Racing colours. A horse that is the highest rated in this race, stepping up in trip, been finishing there or thereabouts, although beaten by Sabrina in when we last saw the horse back in the 14th of January. So horse number 3 for George Wood and Hada Ibrahim is Immortal.
This is horse number 4, Mugaya, in shot. Owen Walsh will be taking the ride. Mugaya, the last twice, has finished quite some way behind one of today's rivals in Epic. Will be looking to reverse the placings here. And that's number 4, Mugaya, carrying the light blue with the darker blue chevrons.
Horse number 5, Musique de la Nuit, a horse ridden by Edinson Rodriguez, trained by Alan Smith in the victorious colours. Has been beaten by Immortal, who runs in this race the time before last, and we last saw this one 28 days ago. Horse number 5, Musique de la Nuit, for Edinson Rodriguez and Alan Smith.
This is number 6 in shot, Taris, the mount of Hussein Maki. Taris has only had the one run, that was back on the 26th of November, and came home a winner that day and well clear of Asala, who of course we saw run well earlier on in the afternoon. Against his own sex only here today, number 6, Taris.
horse number 7, Torfan, for Abdullah Faisal and Hada Ibrahim. A horse grey colt. This one has one win to his name in Bahrain. That came back at the beginning of December. So horse number 7 completes the field. That is Taufan.
Runners then stepping out onto the track and making the short journey on down to the 2,000 metre start. In shot there, horse number 5, Musique de la Nuit. Edinson Rodriguez on board in red, white stripes on both sleeves and cap. Number 4 heading out, Mugea. Owen Walsh on board in the light blue with the blue cap. Number 2 about to leave the parade ring, that's Epic. David Egan on board. David, of course, is so successful with his rides over here in Bahrain, and this time wears the dark blue with the yellow star, striped sleeves and cap. And number 3, Immortal, George Wood on board in the violet with the light blue chevron, light blue and black check sleeves and cap for horse number 3, Immortal. That's Taufan, number 7, heading on down, the light blue and blue Diablo. Abdullah Faisal takes the ride. Just ahead of that one, horse number 6, Taris, under Hussein Maki in the dark blue with the yellow star, striped sleeves and yellow cap. Runners then arriving down at the 2,000 metre start for the 2022 running of the Bahrain Derby Cup. Post time of 3:05, around about 4.5 minutes away. Just over 2 minutes to post time. Just over a minute to the scheduled off time now. All the runners waiting patiently and well down at the 2,000 metre start. Just under a circuit of the racecourse here, ahead of the 7 runners. Classy field of 7 it is as well. And what is another of our Grade 1 races here this afternoon. Going behind, Taris has the blindfold on for stalls entry. The first couple slotting in, Taufan and Alafour. Taris with the aid of the blindfold. Slotting in now to the inside stall of stall 1. Just a couple out of line now. Musique de la Nuit, music of the night, and also out of line, Epic.
Ready, Ali Giral, ready. Go ahead, Ali.
Musique de la Nuit.
Line up, please, line up.
Just proving a little shy at the moment.
Line up.
Edinson Rodriguez on board. Heads in now. Epic to complete the lineup.
Go out that side.
Last one in. They're ready. And they're off and racing for the 2022 Bahrain Derby Cup. Racing over 2,000 metres at this time, and early pace being shown from Immortal, the horse with the big white face, with up towards the outside Epic also showing good early speed, and takes over now as they race towards their first turn. Gallop doesn't look an overly strong one, and Epic under David Egan showing out in the lead here by a length or so, now controlling the fractions. Second place is Immortal. Racing in third towards the inside Mugea. In fourth, the black and red colours of Alafour. With back in behind those Taris, then Taufan, and a couple of lengths away in last is Musique de la Nuit as they now set their sights on the run going down the back straight. And from here, under 1,400 metres left ahead of them. And the Derby field being led by Epic. Epic and David Egan, to in second place Immortal under George Wood. Then to the inside Mugea and Owen Walsh, chased a little wider out in fourth by Alafour in the hands of Hassan Al Safar. Then over towards the inner, racing next at Taris and Hussein Maki, with running in behind that one Taufan and Abdullah Faisal, and already just a little bit outpaced and just chivied into the bridle there, Musique de la Nuit by Edinson Rodriguez at the back of the field. 8 lengths covering first to last as they swing right-handed back towards home in the Bahrain Derby Cup. And it is Epic who shows the way here by a length or so on turning in. Now ridden up to try and challenge is Immortal in second. Mugea to the rails, travels all right in third. A couple of lengths has opened up to the others, headed off by Taris in fourth, and they're being followed through by Alafour. Down the very far outside is Taufan, and Musique de la Nuit is at the back end of the field. They're inside the final 400 metres in the Derby, and it is still Epic who shows the way. Leads up by a length and a half to Immortal. Then down the outside, Taris is staying on well, the yellow cap from a long way back, and is far from discounted. Under 200 metres left to go. It is Epic hanging tough here. Epic shows the way by a length and a half, but is chased all the way to the line by Taris. Taris is getting closer with every stride. Epic is all out from in second place. Taris is lunging as the line comes. I think Epic held on. Epic in an epic renewal of the Bahrain Derby Cup. From on the outside, Taris, a thrilling conclusion, and they were followed a few lengths away by Immortal in third. Well, what a finish to one of our feature races of the day. The Bahrain Derby Cup. It's gone all the way to the wire. Has Epic held the late challenge of Taris down the outside. Either way, Hesham Al Haddad has had the winner. He's at third of the day. As we review the closing stages here, Epic, who'd cut out so much of the donkey work, he'd made so much of the running. Taris down the outside, under a strong drive from Hussein Mack. He was getting closer with every stride as the leader just started to wander, getting a little bit tired. Did Epic hold on from Taris? We'll find out shortly. A thrilling conclusion to the Bahrain Derby.
Well, back-to-back derbies for jockey David Egan. Well done, David. It looked like you were going to get caught, and then he just seemed to find a little bit more at the end, Epic.
Yeah, he's a very genuine horse, and seems to be not a lot of pace on paper today, and I was happy to just go on with him, but all the way down the back straight, he's pricking his ears. He's very genuine. I felt when the other horse came to him, if he had come to me earlier, I think he would have won more cosily. He was kind of just having a good look in front. He stays very well, and I wanted to stretch the field, which I did from probably the 1,000-metre marker, but it's a long way in front, 3.5 furlongs here, but no, he stuck it out well.
And especially in this wind, how much did that make a difference?
Yeah, look, it's hard work today. You can see the Bahrain flag there. It's a real headwind. I think that was a major factor in why the margin was so close, but look, the horse that finished second today is a very good horse. This horse probably got more experience over him, but maybe next year, you never know. Maybe they might reverse the placings, but credit to this horse today.
Well done to David Egan then. As I said, back-to-back derbies for him. He's got some really good rides this afternoon, looking ahead to the Crown Prince's Cup. But victory in the 2022 Bahrain Derby goes to Epic.
So those of you around the paddock, well, what a thrilling race we've had for the Bahrain Derby Cup of 2022. Once again, it's gone the way of jockey David Egan, and trainer Hesham Al Haddad having a great day, his third winner on the card. Please put your hands together for Epic.
Well, Epic owned, bred, and very much trained, well, very much as part of your training, is Fawzi Nas. Fawzi, were you impressed with Epic today and the way he picked up again?
Not really. It was expected of him, to be honest. The only worry was my other horse, but obviously the other horse is a bit green, and and nobody wanted to make the running, so David made the right move and nicked the lead on them.
How do you rate this horse in general?
I think out of the 4-year-old local breds, he's obviously the best, hence why he won the Derby. Taurus is probably his only competition, but next year is probably a King's Cup horse over 1.5 miles, which I think he'll stay.
Now you've got your mob handed in the next race, the big race, the Crown Prince Cup. Which one of your runners? How do you separate them?
I have no clue, but if either of them wins, I'll be happy.
How, just put into some sort of perspective, how big a day is it today, and especially good with the increase in prize money, of course, an international sponsor coming in with Howden sponsoring the Crown Prince Cup?
Well, we're obviously very grateful for the sponsorship of Howden, but regardless, the Crown Prince Cup is very close to our hearts. It comes second to the King's Cup, of course, so for us locals it's important, an important race to win.
Well done today.
Thank you.
And the official result is now through for the Bahrain Derby Cup. First at number 2, Epic, ridden by David Egan. Second at number 6, Taurus, ridden by Hussein Maki. Third, number 3, Immortal, ridden by George Wood. And the fourth horse home, number 7, Taufan, ridden by Abdullah Faiz. All 7 ran. Presentation about to get underway. So the 2022 Bahrain Derby Cup was a win for Epic, and we come now to the trophy presentation. Here's Sheikh Salman bin Rashid Al Khalifa, the executive director of the Rashid Equestrian Horse Racing Club, presents this trophy, and receiving the trophy, the winning owner Abdullah Fawzi Nas, winning trainer Hesham Al Haddad, and jockey David Egan. So well done, 2 connections of Epic, this year's Derby winner. And we now build up, that is race 4 completed, we now build up to the big one. It is the Crown Prince Cup. We have the 11 runners in this. Due off at 3:35. And for the first time, this race is an international listed race worth £108,000. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince's Cup is one of the most prestigious races run in the Kingdom of Bahrain. This year, for the first time, it has been awarded international listed status, and the prize pot has gone up to £108,000. There'll also be British trained runners in the race, with Ace Rothstein running for Derby-winning trainer Michael Bell.
It's nice to have already had a winner.
At the finish, it's Ace Rothstein. It's one for the Raiders.
To win the Crown Prince Cup would be a great achievement.
It'd be a great buzz if we were to be able to take it home.
Other overseas contenders include Pistoletto for John Ryan and Dewan for George Baker.
Global insurance brokers Howden become the first international sponsors at the racecourse, and we're delighted to welcome them to Bahrain.
It's a photo finish!
David Egan won the race last year on News Show. This year he'll be riding Tawarek, who recently won a Bahrain Turf Series race, the Al Rifa Cup.
And Tawarek is going to run out a pretty convincing winner.
Mars Landing has won 2 Bahrain Turf Series races and will be another leading contender for the locals.
As well as the consistent medal winner, whose jockey Jason Watson returns to the kingdom for the first time since winning the international trophy here last November.
Been lucky enough to win the Crown Prince several times in the past. I'd like to try and keep up that tradition.
Who will be crowned this year's winner?
And so we come to our big race of the afternoon here. This is His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa Cup, the Crown Prince's Cup of 2022. We have a field of 11. Number 1 is Ardab, ridden by John Egan. Number 2, Arctic Vega, Jimmy Quinn, booked for the ride. Number 3 is Cloud Drift, at the mount of Charles Bishop. Number 4, Dawam, George Wood on board. Number 5, Macaque, Marcialis Jores on board. Number 6 is Mars Landing, partnered by Hussein Maki. Number 7, medal winner Jason Watson, back for another big race ride here in Bahrain. Number 8, Pistoletto, Stevie Donoghue on board. A non-runner, number 9, Port Lions, scratch number 9, Port Lions, who's a non-runner. Number 10 is Rayanpur, Abdullah Faisal takes the ride. Number 11 is 8th Sir Rothstein, partnered by Ryan Moore. Great to see Ryan here today. And number 12 is Tawarek, David Egan, already fresh from a big race win, will be taking the ride on Tawarek as he tries now to go back to back. Non-runner number 9, 11 runners for the Crown Prince's Cup.
So the horses are in the parade ring, all 11 of them, 3 of them hailing from the United Kingdom. But let's have a look at them. This horse in picture is number 1, Adab, a former horse trained in the UK by Ed Dunlop, a 2-time winner. Had a good prep run on the 8th of January, winning, beating Wait Forever. So looking for back-to-back wins. John Egan takes the ride on number 1, Adab. That is horse 2. Yep.
Number 2, Arctic Vega, Jimmy Quinn will be taking the ride on this 5-year-old son of Lope de Vega. Arctic Vega, who has been in fairly decent form, was a winner here a couple of outings ago. Arctic Vega and Jimmy Quinn, horse number 2.
Horse number 3, Cloud Drift. Charles Bishop takes the ride for Alan Smith, a horse formerly owned by Her Majesty the Queen. 3 wins in Bahrain and recently a 5th when running over in Saudi Arabia. A horse that won well back in November when we last saw him here, and then went out to Saudi and one of the fancied runners today. So Charlie Bishop rides number 3, Cloud Drift.
This is horse number 4, Dawam. 3 UK challengers here. This is one of them. George Baker trains, and George Wood will be taking the ride on Dawam. It's been down the field a little bit in a couple of previous races, but Dawam now looking to do a bit better. This 6-year-old, one of the 3 overseas challengers.
Horse number 5 is Macaque, a horse that's been running in all the top races here. 8th in this race last year. Michaelis Euros takes the ride for Hesham Al Haddad. Finished down the field when we last saw him running in the Bahrain Turf Series race, but very much the pacemaker for Tawarek. So horse number 5 is Macaque.
Number 6 is Mars Landing. Hussein Maki will be taking the ride on this 5-year-old son of Dark Angel. Is already having a very productive season, has won a couple of times. That winning run did come undone last time out when some 3.5 lengths behind Tawarek, who meets again today. But another big run looks assured for Mars Landing, as the trainer Hesham Al Haddad looks for his 4th winner of the day.
The grey then, medal winner, horse number 7, one of the most consistent horses in Bahrain, has finished in the top 2 in 10 out of 11 of his runs out here. Today's going to be ridden by Jason Watson, the jockey that won the Bahrain International Trophy back in November. This his first time back in the kingdom, so he takes the ride for Hussein Al Dalami. Medal winner is horse number 7.
Number 8 is Pistoletto, another of the UK challengers. This one trained across in England by John Ryan. Pistoletto, a 5-year-old, has been well down the field in each of his last couple of races, looking to improve on that. Pistoletto in the noseband there, one of 3 British challengers, not without a chance.
Horse number 11, Ace Rothstein, trained by Michael Bell, and Ryan Moore comes in to ride this one. A horse winner last time out, beating medal winner in a local race, just 3 runners in that. A horse that before that ran in the Bahrain International Trophy, finishing in behind Mars Landing. But stepping up in distance today, Ace Rothstein with the best chance perhaps of the international trained runners here today. Number 11, Ace Rothstein for Ryan Moore and Michael Bell.
This is number 12 at Tawarek. David Egan, already enjoying a fine day, will be taking the ride on Tawarek. Scored here a couple of weeks ago in a Bahrain Turf Series race, and now has a big chance of landing at this prestigious event. In great form, horse number 12, Tawarek.
If you can ask Mike to come to...
And if it wins, if it wins the race, it's a miracle. And anything better than that.
Derby winning trainer Michael Bell joins me. Michael, you've got Ace Rothstein in this, a horse that's already been in the winner's enclosure here in a local race. How do you fancy his chances today?
Well, we've got stall 11 to overcome, but we've got one of the world's best jockeys, Ryan Moore, in the dish, so hopefully he can judge it right and the horse should run well.
In terms of stepping up in distance, is that suiting?
I think the extra furlong will suit him. It was 9 when he won last time, and certainly we were worried that that trip was on the sharp side for him, so no excuses with the trip.
Enjoying your experience here in Bahrain, and what do you make of the race course? And I mean, you've obviously had this horse out here all winter, but for yourself, you're having a good trip.
Yeah, it's been great, and I said before, I've been very impressed with the standard of the turf on the track here. For a track of this part of the world, it's excellent.
Look, good luck, and let's hope you come back with a winner.
Thanks, Ali.
Runners then stepping out onto the track for our 5th and feature race of the day. There's number 1 Ardab heading on down under John Egan, who's in red with white sleeves and a green cap. Number 1 Ardab. This is horse number 11, Ace Rothstein, who we've just heard about from his trainer Michael Bell. Ryan Moore on board in red with white spots across the body, red sleeves and a black cap. Number 10 is Rayanpur. Abdullah Faisal on board in the dark blue with the white epaulets and dark blue cap. Number 12 heading to post at Tawarek. David Egan in the red with the red and white striped sleeves and cap. Number 8 Pistoletto under Stevie Donahoe. Black with red stars, sleeves and cap reversed. The light blue and pink colours there of number 4 Dawam. George Wood taking the ride. Arctic Vega, grey horse in the background there. The orange cap, Jimmy Quinn taking the ride. Just a short hop, of course, down to the 2,000 metre start. Just away to the left on looking away from the stands. There's Pistoletto in the stars. Number 3 Cloud Drift just going through shot as well under Charlie Bishop, who's in dark blue with a white chevron, striped sleeves and a dark blue cap. Number 6 there, Mars Landing, Hussein Maki on board, red with white sleeves and a red cap. Mars Landing, one of a few in this, already enjoying a fruitful season.
Well, for the first time, the Crown Prince's Cup this year is sponsored by Howden, and Howden, being the global insurance brokers, global insurance firm, will becoming the first international sponsor here at the racecourse. Delighted that David Howden joins me. David, what was it about Bahrain, about the racing here, that you wanted to be involved with?
Yeah, well, we're really excited to be sponsoring this. I think, as a business, I've built up from the ground, and I'm passionate about building things, and I'm passionate about racing. I really wanted to, support Bahrain, which I think is a really exciting project, this, and obviously be able to, sponsor the Crown Prince's Cup is exciting for us, and I think it's exciting to see racing, being brought up so much here, and I think we wanted to be part of that and support it and get in early and really go along it. So for us, it's really fun.
And it's a really competitive field that have assembled.
Yeah, it's some good horses here, so it's going to be a good race, which is good news. And I think there's some local horses and foreign horses, and it's going to be exciting. I think for us, we love racing. We're obviously partners with Ascot in the UK, and I thought to actually do a partnership out here in Bahrain as well was also something really good.
Well, brilliant. Thank you very much. Enjoy your afternoon, and thank you so much to Howden for sponsoring the Crown Prince's Cup for the first time. As I said, first international sponsor here at the racecourse, and the prize fund gone up to £108,000.
Runners are now at the post. We are 4 minutes away from the scheduled off time.
For those that are just joining us, His Royal Highness the Crown Prince's Cup is one of the most prestigious races run in the kingdom, and for the first time it has been awarded international listed status this year, and a prize fund of £108,000, thanks in part to sponsors Howden, who become the first international sponsors at the racecourse. In terms of the runners, we've got 11 going to post. The best local trained horses in the kingdom are lining up, and they're going to be very hard to beat for the 3 British trained horses that have made the trip over. That being Ace Rothstein, trained by Michael Bell, Pistoletto for John Ryan, and Darwam for George Baker. But in terms of the local trained horses, looking out for Mars Landing, who's won 2 Bahrain Turf Series races. Jockey David Egan, he won the race last year on New Show. This year he's going to be on Tawarek, who recently won the Al Rifa Cup, another Bahrain Turf Series race. Look out for that one. And the super consistent medal winner, who's going to be ridden by Jason Watson, who took the international trophy here on Lord Glitters. It's his first ride here since that victory in November. Medal winner, so consistent, a horse that's not finished out of the top 2 in all bar one of his runs in Bahrain. So, Mars Landing medal winner, and Tawarek, the best of the locals. But as I said, we've got 3 international trained horses, and leading the charge for them is Ace Rothstein, who has got Ryan Moore on board for the first time, coming over to ride this horse, trained by Michael Bell, and a horse that has won here already, won 21 days ago, back at the beginning of January. That was in a local race, beating medal winner that time. This step up in distance for Ace Rothstein here today. So 11 runners, truly competitive renewal of the Crown Prince's Cup, which is an international listed race for the first time this year. So that is Ace Rothstein in your picture there. Ryan Moore, who was riding in Saudi Arabia yesterday, made the trip over today to ride this horse for Michael Bell. He beat 2 home when we last saw him in early January here in a local Grade 2. His extra furlong, extra 200 metres today, though, trainer Michael Bell said should help the horse And of course he's got Ryan Moore on board today. So Ace Rothstein is the best of the British trained runners, the 3 British trained runners in this race, according to the betting. But they're going to have to really impress today to beat the best of the locals. And actually you can see there, horse number 7, the grey, that is medal winner. He has been such a consistent horse here, finishing in the top 2 in 10 of his 11 runs. Finished second behind Tawarek when we last saw him 2 weeks ago. That was in a Bahrain Turf Series race. Tawarek got the better of him that day by 2 lengths, but the weights are more in favour of medal winner today. And Jason Watson, he comes over. It's his first ride back in the kingdom since he took the international trophy on Lord Glitters back in mid-November. So he's coming over to ride for His Highness Sheikh Sultan and Al Hamadiya Racing. Those familiar colours in the UK. Golden Horde, probably the most famous of them. And that in your picture, Charlie Bishop rides Cloud Drift, who ran over in Saudi Arabia a few weeks ago, finishing 5th there. A horse formerly owned by the Queen. And he's going into stall number 11, Cloud Drift.
Loading up, well underway. Tawarek about to slot forward here under David Egan. There aren't too many more out of line. Last one looks to be heading forward. We're ready. And they're off and racing for today's feature, the Crown Prince's Cup of 2022, and showing good early speed, the grey Arctic Vega pushed through along the inside, the orange cap to lead up, with outer a little bit wider Cloud Drift in a prominent role, and then racing wider out on the track is Ace Rothstein as they settle. Making the first right-handed turn. They're being led by Arctic Vega a couple of lengths ahead. Marcac now moving through into second. Followed in third by Cloud Drift, and then Ace Rothstein. Rayan Pour is going to race into the back straight, currently in 5th place, as this leader Arctic Vega gets them well strung out on passing the 1400 metre mark. Dewam is out wider on the track in light blue colours, that one racing just in advance of medal winner, with over towards the inside Pistoletto. Well back in the field is Mars Landing, the horse with the big white blaze. Also towards the back is Ardab as they now make the journey on towards the final 1,000 metres, and it is Arctic Vega, Jimmy Quinn. They've got 4 to 5 lengths or so on the field here. Jimmy took a little look behind, 100 metres or so back. In second position as they race right-handed Marcac. Then in third is Cloud Drift as they're now on the home turn. Rayanpur is back in 4th. Dewam is up towards the outside of Ace Rothstein. Following those through the striped sleeves and cap of Tawarek. Then chases Ardab in the green cap from Pistoletto, medal winner. And as they swing for home, the back marker on turning in will be Mars Landing, who has around about 8 or 9 lengths to make up. They're down the home straight and racing now towards the final 400 metres, and quickly Arctic Vega is swallowed up. Towards the inside is Cloud Drift. Here towards the outer is Rayanpur. Rayanpur strikes the front with 300 to run. Down the outside, the green cap of Ardab is giving chase, is staying on from a long way back, as is Tawarek, the striped sleeves and cap. One from the right, coming home well, the grey horse, medal winner. Further back to Rayanpur. They're inside the final furlong now, and medal winner's picking up really well towards the outside and strikes the front, and in the end is going on to score, winning going away. Medal winner in the hands of Jason Watson. Another big Bahrain winner for him. It's tight in the end for second place between Rayanpur over towards the inside of Tawarek. Further back to Ace Rothstein, and out wider on the track was Mars Landing. It's medal winner taking out the 2022 renewal of His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa Cup, the Crown Prince's Cup. Medal winner Jason Watson, his first ride back here in Bahrain since winning on Lord Glitters in the biggest prize of all back in the early part of the winter, late last year of course, and medal winner. 8th win. Arrived in tremendous form, having finished runner-up here just a couple of weeks ago. As we pick up the closing stages here, Rayanpur struck the front with under 400 metres to go. Tawarek was on the attack. And medal winner, the grey horse, powering down the outside, finishing stronger than anything, Jason Watson. When he comes here, he means business. Very tight in the end for second place. We'll let the judges decide that. But no doubt about our winner. As we see the head-on view, you can see on this just how many horses medal winner had to pass inside that final 400 metres. Had to switch wide, but once he had clear sailing, he really did stay on well.
Well, Jason Watson does it again. He takes the big race. Well done to you, Jason. Coming in to ride medal winner, and he did it very easily in the end.
He had done. Look, it's a repeat really, as last time I was here with Lord Glitters, similar sort of tactics today. In total honesty, I would have preferred to have sat a bit closer, but they went very quick for me, and we were outpaced for the majority of the race, but he came good turning in, and we were following the right horses through, and like you say, he's finished on top pretty nicely. So.
And how did it all come about then, you coming over here riding in the big race?
Well, luckily enough, Sheikh Sultan asked me to come over, and personally got in contact with me, and I felt it was such a great honour and a privilege to come out here. So I was delighted to get a ride, and to get on a horse that had a good chance as well was even better.
He's a superstar horse, but you've got a pretty good track record here. That's 2 from 2 now. 100% clean sweep of races here. You obviously enjoy riding here.
I do, yeah. It's a lovely track. They maintain it very well, and it's quite a sharp bend when you turn in, but there's a long enough straight to get organised, and I just seem to be very lucky around here, so long may it continue.
Well done, very lucky or very talented. Another big race win then for Jason Watson. He won the Bahrain International Trophy in November, and now in January he takes the Crown Prince's Cup, this time on medal winner.
So those of you paddock side, please welcome back into the winners' enclosure. Big race winner, 2022 Crown Prince's Cup goes to medal winner, and that man again, Jason Watson.
Winning trainer then, Hussein Al-Dalemi, joins me now. Hussein, just how much does this horse mean to you?
A lot. It's a brilliant day today, and to win the Crown Prince Cup, it's a dream of any trainer of Bahrain.
And this horse has been so consistent, hasn't he? Not always getting his nose in front and winning so many seconds. So lovely for him to finally get victory.
Yes, always he's trying. He's very good in the training every day, but he didn't get the chance he was in the top weight. He was 62, 60. So this time he was 57. With these horses, he showed us that he's a brilliant horse with this weather today, and the jockey did a very good job. So thank you for all the teams, and thank you for the Sheikh Sultan to give me this opportunity, and I'm very happy for that.
I was going to say Jason Watson did a very good job. He's got a brilliant strike rate here, 100% strike rate here, but not easy for him to get onto a horse that he doesn't know.
Exactly, but he knows the track. He won the international race, and we was very confident with his jockey when Sheikh Sultan he gave me the name, and I was so happy that he will ride my horse. And as well, the team who ride with me in the morning, I really like to thank Ali Safar and Sabri, who are the work riders with me. They did a very good job.
And you mentioned just how important it is for a local trainer to win the Crown Prince Cup, and we'll put it into some sort of perspective. Where does this race sit for you? How big a win is this for your career?
Actually, the races in Bahrain is not easy. Especially we have good trainers, good horses coming here. We have Alan Smith, we have Fozinas. They are big names. They are very good trainers. So it was fantastic against with these trainers, yes.
It certainly was. Well done to Hussein Al-Dalemi. Thank you so much for joining us, and what a wonderful horse medal win has been.
And they're now weighed in the official result to our feature race of the day, His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa Cup, the Crown Prince's Cup. First at number 7, medal winner, ridden by Jason Watson. Second at number 12, Tawarek, ridden by David Egan. Third, number 10, Rayanpur, ridden by Abdullah Faisal. And fourth, number 6, Mars Landing, ridden by Hussein Maki. The distances were 2.5 lengths and 2 3/4 lengths. The non-runner was number 9 and 11 rounds.
As we build up to race 6, then we are very happy and delighted to welcome His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa here, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister. Welcome to the Rashid Equestrian and Horse Racing Club. Our next race then at 4 o'clock is His Royal Highness the Crown Prince's Cup for local horses. So we're looking forward to that, and we welcome the Crown Prince and Prime Minister.
Our penultimate race of the day is His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa Cup, the Crown Prince's Cup for the local bred horses. Details are as follows. Number 1, Al Tariq, is a non-runner, so scratch horse number 1. Number 2 is Alejandro, partnered by Charlie Bishop. Number 3, Aslan, Marvin Grandin on board. Number 4, Living Art, ridden by David Egan. Number 5 is Newsbreaker, Edinson Rodriguez on board. 6 is Pulsar, Rosie Jesser. 7, Campolina, Paddy Mathers on board. And number 8, Sabrina, the mount of Hussein Naki. Going without number 1, a field of 7 to contest our 6th race.
So the very best locally bred horses line up for the Crown Prince's Cup. This one of 7 runners line up for this race, and as you can see in the picture there is horse number 2, who's won his last 5 races, all 3 this season. He finished 2nd in the Derby last year. He's won 6 out of 9 of his races, so comes with every chance today. Number 2, Alejandro, ridden by Charles Bishop, trained by Alan Smith.
This is horse number 3, Aslan, in shot. Marvin Grandin will be taking the ride. Another horse who arrives in really good form, having won 2 of his last 3 races. He seems to be quite a versatile horse distance-wise as well, and looks sure to give another bold showing today. Number 3, Aslan.
Horse number 5 is Newsbreaker for Alan Smith and Edison Rodriguez. And a 9-year-old, 11-time winner in his career. Had just 1 run this season, finishing in 3rd behind Living Art and Campolina. So number 5 is Newsbreaker.
This is number 6, Pulsar. Rosie Jessup will be taking the ride. Known as KHK Racing once again. Pulsar, like a couple here that we've mentioned already, in terrific form at the moment. Pulsar is on a winning streak, having scored in each of his last 3 outings, and again looks sure to play a big part here. Already seen the colours successful this afternoon. That's horse number 6, Pulsar.
Pulsar, a winner of this race in 2020. This is horse number 7, Campolina, who's been wonderful for Rosie Jessup and Hesham Al-Haddad this season. Finished 2nd in the Oaks last year and has been super consistent, not out of the top 3 in 18 of her 19 starts. So another wonderfully consistent horse, Campolina, who today is going to be ridden by Jason Watson, looking for a quick double. So horse number 7, Campolina.
I'm a wee bit low.
So 7 runners in this Crown Princess Cup for the local breds, and we have 2 former winners lining up in Pulsar and Sabrina. Both come into this race in fine form, having won their last few runs. Campolina is another interesting one. Jason Watson looking for a quick double. He rides this horse, who's usually ridden by Rosie Jessup and has been so consistent this season. As I said, not finished out of the top 3 in 18 of her 19 starts. And look out also for horse number 2, Alejandro. Won his last 5 starts, 3 of them this season. Finished second in the Derby on this card last year. Going to be ridden by Charles Bishop for Alan Smith in the colours of Al Adiat Racing. So some really nice horses, the best local bred horses lining up for this Crown Prince Cup. And we welcome horse number 4 into the parade ring. That is Living Art, followed closely by Sabrina, who's going to be ponied down to the start. So horse number 4 coming out, leaving the parade ring now. That's Living Art. You can see there, that is Sabrina then, going to be ponied down to the start. Sabrina, winner of this race 12 months ago. David Egan rides again. Formerly trained by Michael. Horse trained by Fauzi Nas. Hussein Maki rides Sabrina, the highest rated horse in the race. As I said, won this last year, 3rd in the King's Cup. A 6-year-old bay mare. She's going to be ponied down to the start and join the others at the starting gates just to the left as you look at the race course. The 2,000 metres is the distance.
Is there any horses numbers should we be looking at?
Runners now arriving at the post. There in shot is horse number 6, Pulsar, Rosie Jessup, in the familiar black and yellow stripes, halved sleeves and a striped cap. The red colours with the striped cap, number 8 Sabrina. This is a former winner. She won this last year. Hussein Maki on board, red with the red and white striped sleeves and cap for number 8 Sabrina. Number 7 Campolina, Jason Watson, a late jockey alteration. Dark blue with a yellow star, striped sleeves and a yellow cap. Black and white colours there, the horse in shot, number 3 Aslan, Marvin Grandin taking the ride as they're about to start slotting forward here. Campolina heading in, and also Living Art, David Egan in that dark blue jacket, yellow star, striped sleeves and a striped cap. Pulsar, the winner from 2 years ago, heading forward under Rosie Jessup. There's Alejandro in great form. Charlie Bishop on board in the dark blue with the white epaulets and the dark blue cap. Trainer Alan Smith, who's doubly represented here. Newsbreaker. His other runner, there's Sabrina. Newsbreaker goes in, so just a couple left out of line now. Alejandro and Sabrina. The last one about to head forward. All in line, set, and they're off for the His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa Cup, the Crown Prince's Cup for the locally bred horses. And breaking out smartly towards the inside is Newsbreaker, and shows up ahead in those red colours. To in second place on the outside, Campolina, under big race winning rider Jason Watson. A little deeper out is Pulsar in the black and yellow stripes, now being urged forward. Then over to the inner in fourth, Aslan. Fifth is held early by Alejandro, and then a couple of lengths back off that one as they race into the far straight. Living Art and the back marker as they race on for their final 1400 metres or so is Sabrina. So less than 1400 left in front of them then, and showing out in front now is Pulsar. Pulsar moving away by 2 to 3 lengths to in second position Newsbreaker, and then a little wider out in third Campolina. Aslan races in fourth. Alejandro in the sheepskin noseband is in fifth. Sabrina at the back end of the field, and a little wider out is Living Art. Racing on now towards the right-handed turn, which will bring them all the way back towards home. The furthest point away from us, Rosie Jessup and Pulsar, the 2020 winner, just trying to slip the field here, and has got 4 lengths in hand over Newsbreaker in second. Back in third is Campolino, with improving around the outside Living Art. Then over towards the inner goes Aslad. Alejandro still travelling well, but only has one behind, and that's last year's winner Sabrina. And they're homeward bound in the Crown Prince's Cup, and they're making the journey on towards the final 2 furlongs, the final 400 metres in front of them. And shown the whip in front now is Pulsar. Can he hang on? Pulsar in front still by 3 to 4 lengths. Giving chase now, Alejandro in the noseband is coming out of the pack and is finishing fast. They're being followed by Sabrina, who's also running on late, but Pulsar has still got 2 lengths in hand. Rosie Jessup takes a little look over her left shoulder. She'll see Alejandro, this winning machine, motoring down the outside, but still has 3 parts of a length to find, and Pulsar is finding plenty, giving generously on the run to the line, and Pulsar and Rosie Jessup go on to win. Second place is Alejandro, third Sabrina, and out wider on the track was Living Art. Rosie Jessup salutes the crowd as she passes the line on Pulsar, and no reason why she shouldn't. That was a cracking ride. Managed to get a break on the field, and in the end has just pinched a length or more too far for Alejandro, who's come with that big run at the end. Alejandro, of course, enjoying a great season, but couldn't quite reel back Pulsar, who wins this race for the second time, having won it back in 2020. Let's reflect on the closing stages. There was that little look over the left shoulder from Rosie, and she saw that Alejandro was bearing down, but thankfully for her and Pulsar's connections, they just had enough to hold on. Yeah, just looking at the head-on replay as we take in the provisional placings there in the top left of screen. First, number 6, Pulsar. Second, at number 2, Alejandro. Third, number 8, Sabrina. 6, 2, 8, the provisional placings in our 6th race.
Well, we've just seen the celebrations of Rosie Jessup as she crossed the finish line there. Rosie, that one meant a lot to you, didn't it?
A lot. You know, I've been riding this horse after his summer break. He's very slow and lazy. He reminds me of a typical English galloper, but he's fought right to the line there and put his best foot forward. Brilliant.
He certainly did, because Alejandro was coming for you.
He was coming. I felt him coming, but if anything, this lad kept going when he kept coming, so...
And what kind of win is this for you and your career? I mean, these Crown Prince Cup for the local race, it's a big race, a big deal.
It's a big win. I'm very lucky. It's my second time winning the local Red Crown Prince. But to do it on a horse like this, love big day, it's always brilliant.
Well, congratulations and enjoy that reception. Well done to Rosie Jessup and Pulsar. Pulsar winning this race for a second time, regaining his crown, having won it in 2020.
So those of you gathering around the paddock, one of the best celebrations we've had here today from jockey Rosie Jessup, who's just given a tremendous ride to Pulsar, who's won the Crown Prince's Cup for the second time in his career. Please put your hands together, show your appreciation for Pulsar and Rosie Jessup. Let's take a look at the provisional result for what was our sixth race of the day. First at number 6, Pulsar, ridden by Rosie Jessup. Second at number 2, Alejandro, ridden by Charlie Bishop. Third, number 8, Sabrina, ridden by Hussein Maki. That result is now official. The weighed-in has been given. That's the official result of our sixth race. They went without number 1 and 7 ran.
We come now to the trophy presentation for the last two races. We're going to start with race 5, His Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa Cup, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister. This trophy for the imported horses and kindly sponsored this year for the first time by Howden. Delighted also to welcome David Howden onto stage to present the trophy to His Highness Sheikh Sultan bin Mohammed Al Khalifa from Al Mohammadiyah Racing. It was victory for medal winner. Well done to His Highness Sheikh Sultan. A wonderful victory for this grey horse. Very ably partnered by Jason Watson, who returns here having won the international trophy. He's here back victorious on medal winner, and also collecting a trophy, winning trainer Hussein Adalami. So well done, 2 connections of medal winner, winner of the 2022 His Highness, His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, his cup sponsored by Howden. We're moving on then to our second race presentation. This one is the Crown Prince's Cup for local breds. We just saw wonderful victory by Pulsar, winning back the cup that he won 2 years ago. Pulsar, ridden by Rosie Jessup, trained by Hisham Al Haddad and bred by Fauzi Nas. Running in the colours of KHK Racing, His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa. Well done to Pulsar, winning the 2022 Crown Prince's Cup for local bred horses.
Shame about the weather, but we still made it happen. Still made it happen. So thank you very much. Yes, sir. Thank you. That's good.
And so we come to our final race of the afternoon. This is the Stewards Cup, due off at 4:25 local time. And the runners and riders are as follows. Numbers 1, Cooler Forest, and 5, Nayslayer, both non-runners here. So scratch number 1, Cooler Forest. Number 2 is Shabil Al Jazeera, who's ridden by Cameron Noble. 3, Magical Wish, John Egan takes the ride. Number 4, Mission Boy, to be ridden by George Wood. Then the non-runner number 5, Nayslayer. Number 6 is Nebo, David Egan, with 7, Gateway. Khalis Jure is on board. 8, Forbidden Land, Hussein Maki takes the ride. Number 9, Prince Elzam, Jason Watson will be partnering this one. And number 10, Rasela Sad, a late jockey alteration, Ali Samir now on board horse number 10. Number 11, The Emperor Within, to be ridden by Edson Rodriguez. And number 12 is Zazenia with Ibrahim Nada on board. Going without numbers 1 and 5, a field of 10 for our 7th and final race of the day, the Stewards Cup.
So let's have a look at the horses in the parade ring for our final race, the Stewards Cup, over 1,600 metres. Let's have a look at horse 4, Mission Boy, in the colours of MKAR Racing. It's been running in 3 Bahrain Turf Series races. Horse formerly trained by Marco Botti, and before that trained over in Italy. George Wood rides for Yaba Ramadan, who has already had a winner here this afternoon. A horse who's been well beaten in those Turf Series races. That's horse number 4, Mission Boy.
This is number 3, Magical Wish, Stan Moore's representative. It's an overseas challenger. John Egan will be taking the ride on Magical Wish, who comes here looking to bounce back to the sort of form that he showed over the new year when running a very creditable second. Number 3, Magical Wish.
Horse number 6, Nebo, trained in Ireland by Tom Hogan, ridden today by David Egan. Group 3 winner is a 2-year-old, ran in the 2000 Guineas at Newmarket. A Bay 7-year-old, now been running in some top handicaps in recent series, and has been running in the Bahrain Turf Series races, run twice this season out here. Last time finishing 9 lengths behind Happy Craft in 9th. That was just last week. So horse number 6 then for trainer Tom Hogan is Nebo.
Number 7 is Gateway. Khalis Jure is booked for the ride. This 7-year-old son of Shamadal was a winner last time out. It was just a couple of weeks ago. Came home ahead of Prince Elzam on that occasion. That will, of course, reopposing today. This is number 7, Gateway.
Horse number 9 then, Prince Elzam, going to be ridden by Jason Watson, the big race winner, looking for more success here this afternoon. He's got a 100% strike record. No pressure, Jason. A horse that finished a good second to Gateway when we last saw him 2 weeks ago, running in the Al Mohammedia racing colours for Sheikh Sultan. That is horse number 9, Prince Elzam.
On the way to post is number 8, Forbidden Land, who's going to be partnered by Hussein Maki. This 5-year-old son of Acclamation arrives off the back of a pretty fair run in defeat last time out when finishing 3rd. Was actually a winner some 3 outings ago and remains in fair form. Number 8, Forbidden Land, making his way down.
Horse 12, Zazenia, the only mare in the field, a 5-year-old in the colours of MKAR Racing. 2 wins in her career. Last seen running in the Bahrain Turf Series race behind Tawarek 2 weeks ago. Owen Walsh on board that day, but Ibrahim Nadir takes 2 kilograms off. Horse number 12, Zazenia.
Number 2 is Shabil Al Jazeera, Cameron Noble. They head on down. 7-year-old son of Exceed and Excel. Some placed efforts next to his name of late, Shabil Al Jazeera. Red with the white sleeves and cap. He's got that red hood on the way down to the start. He'll be removed shortly, but number 2, Shabil Al Jazeera, heading on down to post.
Horse number 11, the Emperor Within, trained by Alan Smith, ridden by Edison Rodriguez, has been running in the Bahrain Turf Series races, finishing well beaten in those. This 7-year-old in the colours of M&E Racing. That's horse number 11, the Emperor Within.
Number 10 down at the start is Rassel Assad, who's now partnered by Ali Samir. Rassel Assad comes here having run, you could say, his best race for quite some time last time out. That was back on the 21st of January, when beaten just over 3 lengths. We'll be looking to improve on that even further. Number 10, Rassel Assad, down at the 1600 metre start. Runners are now at the post. They're at the post. runners going behind for our final race of the day. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for your attendance here at the Rashid Equestrian and Horse Racing Club this afternoon. Hope you've had yourselves a great time. And we hope to see you back here again in the very near future. Still plenty of meetings to come over the next few weeks. Magical Wish slotting forward now. Shebil Al Jazeera heading in. Two horses in identical colours in this, Shebil Al Jazeera and Prince Elzam. Prince Elzam looks to have some white bandages strapped to his back legs. So that will help us tear them apart as the final couple slot into line over at the 1600 metre starting point. Forbidden Land heading forward now and completes the lineup for our final race of the day. Good luck. And gates crash back, out they come. Forbidden Land a little slow in getting going for this, the Stewards Cup over 1600 metres, and in the early stages at Shebil Al Jazeera over towards the inside. It looked as if Cameron Noble wanted a good early position, but was just shuffled back as Rasselasad crossed over to the rails to lead up over Nebo in second, and they're being followed a little wider out by Prince Elzam, the white sleeves and cap just tucking right in behind Nebo, who's in that dark blue and yellow half jacket. Wider out on the track, the black cap of Mission Boy is not too far away. Then over towards the inner is Shebil Al Jazeera. They're being followed next towards the outer by Magical Wish, and then Zazenia, who's well back in the field, in company with Gateway, who's in the white colours, and then Forbidden Land, who's now side by side with the Emperor Within. They are at the back of the field, occupying the last two places. Swinging right-handed and on towards home, and it is Rasselasad leading Nebo by half a length, with back in third along the inside Shebil Al Jazeera. Then a little wider out, now being pushed along is Mission Boy, with Prince Elzam next as they race on down towards the final 400. Rasselasad challenged hard by Nebo. Nebo perhaps just nosing to the front, with down the outside Magical Wish, the purple cap, finishing off the race well as they race on down towards the final 200 metres. Trying to get a run through is Shebil Al Jazeera. Picking up down the outside is Prince Elzam in eye-catching fashion, and then from the back the Emperor Within. Deep inside the closing stage as they race, and it is Magical Wish in front, trying to stave off the late attack of Prince Elzam. There's 3 parts of a length between the pair. Magical Wish just doing enough. Magical Wish from in second place Prince Elzam. Then came Nebo, and a blanket for the minor honours in behind those. So it's a UK winner, our final race of the day. Here at the Rashid Equestrian and Horse Racing Club. Magical Wish for trainer Stan Moore. And of course, heard him be interviewed a little earlier on in the afternoon, and he was very hopeful that his horses would run well here today. And this one's not only run well, but has gone on to win in the hands of veteran jockey John Egan. He's been a member of the weighing room for many, many years, and still showing that he's as effective as ever. He had to be at his strongest there to keep Magical Wish up to the task as we see the closing stages. The Irish challenger Nebo tried to set sail, but Magical Wish was having none of it, and then it was the late challenge of Prince Elzam. Jason Watson, of course, riding with plenty of confidence. He was inching closer with every stride, but the line has come in time for Magical Wish. It's just about lasted home to score. One for the Raiders. So the provisional placings to our 7th and final race, the Stewards Cup, at 3-9-6. First, number 3, Magical Wish. Second, at number 9, Prince Elzar. Third, at number 6, Nebo.
Well, let's have a word then with our winning jockey, John Egan. John, smiles all around. How satisfying is it to provide Stan Moore with a winner out here?
Yeah, listen, it's great to provide a winner for Stan, and he's done a great job with this horse since he got it. And to ride a winner for Mohammed Abdul Rahim is fantastic. I rode the Crown Prince Cup winner here many years ago for his dad, Khalid, and this is very, very satisfying.
You've been out here for a number of years, and you've seen this year how much Bahrain racing has really risen in prominence, and how many of the international trainers have sent horses out here and struggled. So it is a big deal getting a win here with this horse, Magical Wish.
Look, there's some very, very good horses here. Don't underestimate the Bahrainis. And look, it's fantastic. It's been like a second home for me for many years and for many years to come.
And great to have a winner here on the Crown Prince's Day.
Fantastic. Couldn't be better. Thank you, Ali.
Well done to John Egan then. Victory in our final race this afternoon. Victory on Magical Wish.
And those of you paddock side, please welcome back into the parade ring, into the winner's enclosure. Horse and rider taking out our final race of the day, the Stewards Cup, going to Magical Wish and John Egan. Please put your hands together.
That's why I'm very happy to drive it.
So the provisional result to our 7th and final race, the Stewards Cup. First, number 3, Magical Wish, ridden by John Egan. Second, at number 9, Prince Elzar, ridden by Jason Watson. Third, at number 6, Nebo, ridden by David Egan. And the fourth horse home, number 11, the Emperor Within, ridden by Edinson Rodriguez. The non-runners were numbers 1 and 5, 10 ran. That result is provisional. And incidentally, the distances for that race, half a length and 3.5 lengths. Waiting.
And we come to the trophy presentation for our final race, the Stewards Cup. And we're delighted to welcome up onto stage to present the trophy Sheikh Salman bin Rashid Al Khalifa, the Executive Director of the Rashid Equestrian and Horse Racing Cup. And well done to our winners then, Magical Wish, Trained by Stan Moore, ridden by John Egan, owned by MKAR Racing, and receiving the trophy, winning owner Mohammed Khalid Abdul Rahim. Well done. 2 connections then of Magical Wish. Well done to Stan Moore, winning trainer, British trainer, winning a race here. Well done to Magical Wish, winning our Stewards Cup. So you can see there all 7 winners today. It has been a fantastic afternoon. Fantastic afternoon of racing, a very prestigious afternoon, the Crown Prince's Cup Day. Highlight being medal winner taking that big race on race 5, and of course Pulsar winning the local bred Crown Prince's Cup. Let's have a look back then at all of our winners from this afternoon.
As they head inside their final 400 metres, the others with a bit of work to do, although down the far outside KHALIFA Umzareya is picking up in eye-catching fashion, making the journey on towards the final 200 metres of the journey, and up front Obeyan is now strongly challenged by stable companion KHALIFA Umzareya. KHALIFA Umzareya towards the near side takes over now, going deep inside the final stages of the race, and it is KHALIFA Umzareya in the hands of Hussein Maki, pushed out here by a couple of lengths and is going on to win well. Obeyan is in second, tight in the end for third, KHALIFA AFAS 1708, down the outside of KHALIFA AFAS 1695. But making the journey on towards the final 200 metres, and Morbidel has made a break for it here. Morbidel shows in front by a good 3 lengths or so over Wonder Elzam, the staying on Ocean Star. Jamais Assez is over to the far side, but with 100 metres left to go, it is Morbidel and Ahmed Maki, and they're not going to be for catching here. Morbidel coming home comfortably ahead, just hanging on for second place, Wonder Elzam from in third, Ocean Star. Further back to Jamais Assez in fourth. 300 metres left to go. Manamagul in front by a length and 3/4 to in second position Asala. Asala doing her level best to get on terms, but Manamagul is getting away. Racing inside the final 200 metres, it is Manamagul who shows in front, just wandering around a little bit under pressure, but is keeping up the pace. And the Oaks is going to go comfortably to Manamagul in the hands of Martin Seidel. In the end, eased down to win. Beating into second position Asala. They in turn were well clear of Nisa Sophia Jasmine, who got back through into third, and Carlida weakened to be the back marker of the 4. They're inside the final 400 metres in the derby, and it is still Epic who shows the way. Leads up by a length and a half to Immortal. Then down the outside, Taurus is staying on well, the yellow cap from a long way back, and is far from discounted. Under 200 metres left to go, it is Epic hanging tough here. Epic shows the way by a length and a half, but is chased all the way to the line by Taurus. Taurus is getting closer with every stride. Epic is all out from in second place. Taurus is lunging as the line comes. I think Epic held on. Epic in an epic renewal of the Bahrain Derby Cup. From on the outside, Taurus, a thrilling conclusion. Down the home straight and racing now towards the final 400 metres, and quickly Arctic Vega is swallowed up. Towards the inside is Cloud Drift. Here towards the outer is Rayanpur. Rayanpur strikes the front with 300 to run. Down the outside, the green cap of Ardab is giving chase, is staying on from a long way back, as is Tawarek, the striped sleeves and cap. One from the right, coming home well, the grey horse medal winner. Further back to Rayanpur. They're inside the final furlong now, and medal winner's picking up really well towards the outside and strikes the front, and in the end is going on to score, winning going away. Medal winner in the hands of Jason Watson, another big Bahrain winner for him. It's tight in the end for second place between Rayanpur over towards the inside of Tawarek, further back to Ace Rothstein, and out wider on the track was Mars Landing. Shown the whip in front now is Pulsar. Can he hang on? Pulsar in front still by 3 to 4 lengths. Giving chase now, Alejandro in the noseband is coming out of the pack. and is finishing fast. They're being followed by Sabrina, who's also running on late, but Pulsar has still got 2 lengths in hand. Rosie Jessup takes a little look over her left shoulder. She'll see Alejandro, this winning machine, motoring down the outside, but still has 3 parts of a length to find, and Pulsar is finding plenty, giving generously on the run to the line, and Pulsar and Rosie Jessup go on to win. Second place is Alejandro, third Sabrina, and out wider on the track was Living God. Nebo perhaps just nosing to the front, with down the outside Magical Wish, the purple cap, finishing off the race well as they race on down towards the final 200 metres. Trying to get a run through is Shedel Al Jazeera. Picking up down the outside is Prince Elzam in eye-catching fashion, and then from the back the Emperor Within, deep inside the closing stage as they race, and it is Magical Wish in front, trying to stave off the late attack of Prince Elzam. There's 3 parts of a length between the pair. Magical Wish just doing enough. Magical Wish from in second place Prince Elzam, then came Nebo, and a blanket for the minor honours in behind those.
Well, what a fantastic afternoon of racing we have had, and delighted that Gareth Topham has come out of the commentary box and come and join me down here. Gareth, this is the first time you've been to Bahrain. What did you make of today?
Oh, I loved it. I don't the people get involved. They really do appreciate the sport, and yeah, it's a terrific atmosphere. I'm actually up behind glass up there, but I could really hear them cheering them on throughout the final couple of furlongs, and we have been treated to some excellent finishes and some real high-quality racing.
Yeah, really competitive racing today. Let's talk about the feature, which medal winner deservedly got victory, and a horse that's been so consistent this season but been lumped with top weight in so many races. So he came in here, really good chance. Jason Watson did a fantastic job on a horse he's not ridden before. But what did you make of that big race?
Yeah, a tremendous race. We saw a sizable field. A medal winner had to overtake quite a few of them down this fairly long home straight, but yeah, came with a thundering late run, didn't he, under Jason Watson, who again has been seen to tremendous effect here over here in Bahrain. It seems to be a bit of a happy place for him.
It certainly does. And then in the local bred Crown Prince's Cup, great victory for Rosie Jessup. What about some of the other highlights on the card for you?
Yeah, well, the Derby produced a wonderful finish with Epic just holding on. Yeah, the crowd really got involved in that one, didn't they? It was only a small field, but oh, what a terrific race. Manor McGill, of course, such a dominant winner of the Oaks as well. And of course, the day concluded with a British trained winner.
A very rare British train winner here in Bahrain. We haven't had many of them, just Ace Rothstein and now Magical Wish. But Stan Moore has been a fantastic supporter of racing out here, and he's actually himself has come out and spent most of the winter here, it seems. So brilliant to have finally get a victory, Magical Wish. Stan Moore in the MKAR colours, who are big supporters of racing here and back in the UK. Racing, I guess, concludes for you today, but we are, of course, back next week. We've got the Bahrain Turf Series, which resumes on Saturday. There's racing here on Friday, an 8-race card to enjoy here on Friday, but then back on Saturday, we have 2 Bahrain Turf Series races. So there's a 7-race card next Saturday. I'll be there, but from myself and Gareth from today, thank you very much for watching and have a safe trip home.